All right, well, a little update. This should be relatively quick. Was hoping to be a little bit farther along than I am, but I got both heads back, got them on, excuse me, got the long tubes on there. Um, Driver's side's always a pain because it's so cramped over there, but was able to get that in and locked down. Uh, and I tested the leak down on the passenger side over here after the head was back with I just put one set of rockers on and tested it and got about 25-30% leak down, which isn't great, but considering that side never really got heat in it and never really ran, so it never sealed and probably had a touch of a washout on it with the rings. Not too bad. Haven't had a chance to test this side, the driver's side yet, but that side was working fine. Before I sent the head in, it was like 15% leakage, so I still got to test it, but I'm guessing it's fine. I did bleed down all of the, not rockers, but all, gosh, why am I just drawing a blank here? I did bleed down all of them just to be on the safe side. And with all the issues and stuff like that, I bled everything down just to make sure that we're kind of starting completely from scratch. And Michael at L&M had mentioned that they always do that. And so, and my tuner had mentioned it too. So I figured probably, just a good idea, just kind of lifters. There we go. God, just drawing a blank there. But I bled down all the lifters and got them going. So we should be good there. So shouldn't have any issues. And I said I tested this side with one set of rockers, and I didn't test all the all the cylinders, but I just tested one of them. Excuse me, and it was good. I'm hoping that the other side, when I get a chance to test it, will be good also. Like I said, there wasn't anything wrong with that one, but we did send both heads in after he found the issues with that. I think I mentioned it. He wanted to see the other head, so I did send that in, and he didn't like the way that it was looking, even though the leak down was pretty good and the compression was good on it. He just didn't like the spacing and stuff like that. So he did shave down the valves, the intake valves on the driver's side also. So basically they match the passenger side. Was basically up to his standard. He wanted the standard gap. So he did shave down those also, he said. So even though it wasn't having an issue, it just wasn't in the tolerance that he wanted. So both have been shaved down, so they're now the same. So I sent the rest of the intake valves off to him also. So he's going to shave all the intake valves for both sides. So that way they're all set, so that basically I have an extra set in case anything happens and I can replace those. So we should be set there. So hoping everything is going to be good and going to be making progress and get it back in and maybe get a couple runs in yet before it gets too cold. It's not looking the greatest for the next couple weeks, but may stay right around 50 during the day, so might be warm enough to get a couple runs in if I can get it back in and everything is good once I turn it over and I can check the compression. The only issue I ran into today as I was buttoning everything up, which kind of slowed me down and didn't let me get as much progress in, was the bolt down here at the bottom of the valve cover there on the driver's side. It looked a little funny when I had the cover off. Excuse me. With the I don't know if they're gotten some maybe of the silicone gasket sealer was in there or whatnot, but it looked a little funny. But the bolt seemed to go in okay. But when I was torquing the bolt down to the torque spec, all of a sudden it just spun and it ended up ripping the threads, and so that's not good. And so that bolt hole's now been stripped. So not good there, so kind of put an end to that for today. I checked around. Nobody around here has a M10 1.5 insert around. The only thing like O'Reilly's had was a Healy coil that would work, but given the issues I had with using the Healy coil on the passenger side for the spark plug, I'm just not a fan of those. I actually wanted an actual insert to go in, not a Healy coil, but an actual full threaded insert. So I can only find one on Amazon. Like I said, I couldn't find any locally. So be here in a couple days. So in the meantime, what I'm probably going to do is I'll do the leak down test on the driver's side and start getting the rockers and stuff in place. Was definitely much easier getting the chains on, getting everything aligned without the rockers in. Normally I always have the rockers in, but given all the issues, and now that I have the tool to put them in after the fact, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it the way the Ford manual says, and the way that my tuner had mentioned, stuff like that. So I put the chains on and everything like that, and now afterwards I'm going to use the tool and put the rockers in. But definitely way easier to get the chains aligned and everything like that without the extra pressure of pushing against the rockers. So going forward, now that I have the tool, definitely the way to go for that. But sorry, I said I was going to keep this short. So that's kind of where we're at. Unfortunately, hit another little hiccup, but hopefully get that insert in and we should be good. And hopefully still making slow progress. Hoping the next time I make one, she'll be in the car, hopefully. So, but that's it for the quick update. Making progress, hit a couple of bumps, but hopefully we'll work through it. So thanks for watching. Bye.